Thank you for joining the Bond Chronicles. I am your humble, gracious, blessed, and highly favored, best of all time host, Mr. Ray Bond on Instagram and Twitter. And I am pleased to be joined by
Mrs. Rob. Dang it, I do that every time. Mrs. Bond Chronicles on Instagram. Robyn Bond on Facebook.
Lovely. Glad to have you. We got
here.
Well, that is true. You are typically here. But glad to have you still. But apparently, and if I'm saying this wrong, correct me, sologamy is a thing. Personally, I think it's pretty dumb, but it's a thing. And it was brought to my attention that Maya, I used to love Maya growing up. I don't know what happened to her, but she's been married to herself for 7 years. 7 years. In biblical terms, that's the number of completion, so I guess she's done. But I have a lot of thoughts. I will turn it over to a woman's perspective first before I go in. But now that kind of we have the basis of what this is, what are your thoughts?
I mean, from the article that I read, I understood what it meant just looking at the caption. Now, would I go as far as to say that I understand it? No. I understand, after, obviously, being in different relationships and breaking up and all that good stuff, you need time for yourself and you want to focus on yourself and, be in a relationship with yourself. But actually, going to a courthouse, filing paperwork and all of that to marry yourself, I don't know. I guess I would wonder what made her decide to go to that, for lack of a better term, extreme in her journey to discover herself and, remain committed to herself and find what makes her happy. But without actually having a conversation with her. Obviously you don't know what her mindset is or was around the decision.
See, I was reading more into it, and it still seems dumb to me. I don't get it. Ultimately, and I didn't get enough details on the post of really the significance of why she felt she was willing to go this way, other than to take control of her own self and her own life. Just be single. There's a bunch of single people. There's COVID. People aren't moving around a lot. So stay single, live your life. You're an attractive woman. You can have most any man you want, even at 40. So to go through all this, it seems, to, I guess, make it known now, it seems like a publicity stunt.
I was going to say, because, if this is pre-COVID, she's been married to herself for 7 years, so.
But it's just coming out now. And I guess her post was just recent.
Yeah, I think it was on Valentine's Day.
Right. So I think she got her likes off of it. I think it's silly. I would not do it. And then I wonder, do you cheat on yourself if you're with someone? So from what I was reading, it's not legally binding.
Oh, okay.
It's not a real thing. It's some made up figment of someone's imagination.
It's not I've heard of different types of marriages and marriage arrangements. So
I was trying to read where it said, but yeah, somewhere I was reading it said it's not legally binding, you can't legally do it. But you can obviously have the ceremony, which she did, and go through all the hoops.
All the lovey-dovey nuances.
Yeah, so as I read a little bit, it looks like she was following a toxic relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So just stay single. Did you invite your friends and family to this wedding to marry yourself? Are there groomsmen on one side and bridesmaids on the other? Did you have a bachelor party and a bachelorette party? Always there.
Whatever. Part ways.
All right. Well, This has been another exciting episode of the Bond Chronicles. We do appreciate you guys tuning in. Please make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to share and make sure to follow us. I am Mr. Ray Bond on Twitter and Instagram. This is
Mrs. Bond Chronicles on Instagram.
And we are the Bond Chronicles podcast. Please make sure to subscribe, as I said again, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.